Good day, everyone. Welcome to our channel once again. I am Adedamola.
And my name is Margaret, and we are so excited that you're able to join us back here. Have you ever felt overwhelmed trying to figure out your career? Or maybe you've wondered if you're actually on the right path. Trust us, you are not alone. You see, choosing or building a career is sometimes like a puzzle, and sometimes you have pieces that don't seem to fit in together.
Yeah. But what if we told you that with the right tools and mindset, you can turn this puzzle into a masterpiece? And that is why we are here today to have this very important discussion on how to choose and build a career that aligns with your strength, passion, and goal. So, whether you're just starting out or considering career change or exploring options, this video is for you. In this video, we'll be exploring practical tips that will help you to navigate your career journey.
Yes, so by the end of this video, we hope that you learn how to identify a career path that aligns with your strengths and with your passion. We hope that you'll be able to choose the right career for yourself if you're just starting out to choose. And we hope that you have actionable steps that will help you to build and, sustain a fulfilling career.
Yeah, so grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let us flip the page on your career journey. So let's begin with how to identify a career path. One, you need to undergo what we call self-reflection. And in this self-reflection, this is the first step in understanding yourself. You need to ask yourself some very critical questions. And this include, what are you passionate about? Your passion drives most of what you do in life. And so you need to consider this very important factor. Another thing is, you need to look at what you are naturally good at. So if you are good with solving problems or playing around with numbers, you may possibly be considering career in science or mathematics or even aeronautics, engineering, or even data analysis. On the other hand, if you are good with writing, playing with words, and all of that, you possibly consider a career in maybe journalism or filmmaking. And the third one is, what do you value most in life? Is it freedom? Is it stability? Is it creativity? Is it helping others? You need to know exactly what you value. And this will help you to determine, to know the kind of person you are and the kind of career you want to pursue.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you said, which is very important, and I think is very vital that we marry together, is the fact that beyond your passion, you also look at the things that you are good at. Because a number of times people are passionate about things that they don't know how to do or they don't have talent in doing. And then they have a talent in something and then they ignore that talent and then just go after something else. I read the story of a man that said he was passionate about football, but he was a talented scientist, but he couldn't play football to save his life. So imagine if he was not quite young also at the time that he thought he wanted, time that he had the football passion. So imagine if he spent his time trying to play football when in essence his talent is in science. So it's important that you marry the two together, okay, and be very realistic when you're reflecting on yourself. And also, I say that to say that it's also very important that you identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay, you should look at what are the things that I'm very excellent at doing, what are the things that people compliment me about, what are the things that easily come to me, things that I don't need to have a struggle to do, or things that I don't need to have a lot of learning and a lot of researching to be able to do. Know these things, list them out. What are the things that I have weaknesses in, things that I really do not feel like doing, I do not want to do. List them out. It's very important. And I think one thing that could also help you with identifying your strengths and weaknesses are different types of career assessment tools. We have this Myers-Briggs personality test, very helpful. You'll be able to identify what your strengths, what your weaknesses are, what could drive you. And then we also have the Clifton Strength Assessment Test, also very useful. So this could be very useful to help you identify your strengths and your weaknesses, and you know what are the things that are very important to you. But please note that these are tools, these are algorithms, these are numbers. It doesn't mean that they are always 100% certain or guaranteed to give you the most accurate of answers.
Yeah.
But make sure you marry this with how you really feel about yourself, and be very honest in this assessment. Don't try to make yourself look a lot better than you are or worse than you are. Be very honest in identifying your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yeah. In this video description, we'll put some links where you can easily access this assessment so that you can begin your personality test.
Yeah, great.
So another point that you need to consider is you need to research career options. You need to ask some critical questions in doing this research. First of them is what roles match your skills. You probably have skills in doing a lot of things, but you know what you are very strong in, just like she mentioned. So you know that your skill. You look at different roles that match your skill. Are you good in science? Are you good in mathematics? Do you want to tailor your career in lines of engineering, or you want to go in lines of biology research and all of that, whatever. So you need to look at your skill and then look at roles or career that aligns with some of those skills. And then you need to look at what industries are growing. From time to time, there are different factors that lead to growth in industries. Now, if you look at it very well, IT is growing. If you look at it very well, several other sectors are growing as well. So you need to look at those sectors that are growing. After you have considered your skills, do you think you fit into that sector? And then, if so, you go in that line. And if not, you consider some other sector that best fits your skills or your strengths. Another important point is what does a day in the life of that career looks like? For me, as a biomedical scientist, I can easily describe what a day in the life of a biomedical scientist looks like. Whether the scientist is on bench, running samples, or the scientist is doing research, I can tell what a day in the life of a biomedical scientist is. So whatever career path you choose, whether it's law, whether it's medicine, whether it's finance, marketing, advertisement, you need to look at it typically. What does a day in the life of that career looks like? What do they undergo? What are the stress? What are the wins? What are the gains? How fun is it? And when you have been able to answer all these questions, you'll be able to decide whether this is actually meant for you or not. And another thing that you need to put into consideration is the fact that in order for you to get most of this information, get answers to many of this information, you possibly need to speak to people in that career. And internet has made it very easy now. You can easily access it on YouTube. I just mentioned my career to you now, biomedical scientist. I mean, if it's law, you can go on LinkedIn and you see a lot of lawyers that you can, speak to. Or if it's finance, if it's filmmaking, whatever career option you decide, there are people that you can actually talk to that will be able to provide certain level of information on what you want to do.
Yeah. And then I think the final part of this would be matching your career with your personality and your values. Okay, so now you have what your skills are, you've assessed yourself, you know what your strengths and weaknesses are. You've tried to look at roles that could match your strength. And now you have to look at your personality and the things that you value and matching it with this career. For instance, if you're somebody that values creativity and you want to have the freedom to be able to do things at different times, then you shouldn't be looking for a career where most of the jobs would require for you to be in an office 9 to 5. For instance, as a biomedical scientist working on the bench, you cannot have a bench in your house. You have to go into the hospital.
Absolutely.
Most doctors, as well, aside from telemedicine, most doctors or surgeons would have to see the patient to do it. So if you want to be able to do your job at any time that you want to do it, then probably that kind of career would not suit you. But if you're someone that wants structure, you want things to be planned to time, then you might definitely excel in a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
If you want to know, okay, this is when I'm getting to do this, this is the time period for my work, and this is when I get home, a 9 to 5 will be perfect for you.
Yeah.
Or if you're someone that values financial security, kind of, and a lot of flexibility, then you might look into freelancing, you might look into entrepreneurship, things that allow you to decide. If you want to be more creative, making decisions for other people to follow, you could look into entrepreneurship. The goal is to align your career with your personalities and your values, not the other way around. So you shouldn't pick a career and then try to change yourself, because that will not be so easy. Try to change yourself to suit what the career demands. Rather, you should pick a career that suits what your personality and what you value in life. So if you don't care about the time that you get home after work, if you don't have any problems with working long hours, you can go in that career line.
Yeah.
But if it's important to you that you have a lot of extra time, that you have time to be with your family, and probably you just work 4 hours in a day or something,
Yeah.
choose a career that gives you that flexibility.
So at the end of this, you should be able to have a list of potential career paths that you want to explore, or that aligns with your personality. Now that you have made a list, now let's go into how to choose the right career path for you. Now, the first thing that you need to do is you need to be able to explore before you commit. And what I mean by exploration is, depending on the career you choose, you need to be able to have some sort of fit testing. Like, if, for example, you want to become a doctor, you probably want to volunteer to work in an hospital and see how things are done before you make your decision. Maybe you want to become a lawyer. You possibly want to volunteer in a law firm or frequent the court a couple of times and see how things are done there, and be able to answer the question of if this really resonates with you and aligns with your goal, passion, and strength. Another thing that you need to do is you need to consider long-term goal. What is your long-term goal at the end of this? You need to look at the future of that career. Is it in demand? Will it give you the opportunity to grow and excel? And if your goal is to have free time, if your goal is to enjoy yourself, or depending on your goal, that career that you want to choose should be able to help you to achieve your ultimate goal.
And another important thing to do is seeking for mentors and role models. It's important that you look out for people that are in that career that you're interested in, and then try to link up with them, try to learn from their stories, learn about the challenges that they faced, learn about the obstacles that they may have overcome to be able to grow in that career. It's always easier when you see people that have gone through a path. At the end of the day, our paths are not the same, but you could learn a lot of things that could help you, and prevent you from making some mistakes that other people make in a particular path. For example, you could see someone that, is a doctor, probably picked the wrong specialty because of one or two reasons, and you're able to learn and to know how to choose what specialty would be best for you. So it's good that you seek mentors, try to reach out to people that can guide you in your career of choice, and listening to the experiences will help you, have a better picture. And it's also important that you evaluate your work and life balance. So like what Amala said about your end goals, for some people, they just want to work and then maybe retire at the age of 40 and just enjoy their lives. And to do that, except you have some money somewhere, if you're depending on your career to be able to fund your future, then you'd better take a career where you're sure you can make a whole lot of money, or be able to invest, something substantial. I mean, if you want to live that kind of life, you wouldn't want to go for some petty jobs that you would need to like work until you're 65 to retire. So it's important that you evaluate your work and your life balance, and look at your future goals. What is important to you, as I had mentioned earlier, is this career one that allows you time to spend more time with your family? Is it the career that allows you to be able to get enough money to be able to save extra money and go on vacations or not? If that is very important to you. For some people, they really don't care. Some people just want to live their quiet and life, and just flourish where they are. But if it's important to you that you're able to explore the world, does the career give you that time? If it's important to you that you're able to work for just a few hours in a day and then probably get home and spend time with your family, does that career path allow that? Typically, in most cases. In a few cases there might be, but it's always better that you look at it on a general perspective, because not everybody is always lucky enough to get these special conditions. For instance, I'm sure that there may be people, probably medical laboratory scientists, but most unlikely for them to be working in the bench and then be able to work for 3 hours in a day, and then get to stay home or work from home. You understand? So it's important that you know what the work-life balance looks like in that career.
Yeah, and to add to that, some, for example, in biomedical science, maybe if you don't want to do essentially 8 to 5, maybe you are considering a career in non-profit that allows you to focus on some data wrangling that relates to biomedical science and all of that, so that you'll be able to achieve your end goal. The crux of the matter is, okay, what is your goal? What is most important to you? And does this career give me the leverage in order to be able to get this my end goal? If you're able to answer that, then you're good to go.
Yeah, and from that example that you gave, I think it's important that people know that sometimes a particular career has multiple parts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like the medical lab scientist, you could be working on the bench. You could be working in medical sales.
Yeah.
You could be working in government.
Even academia. Yeah.
If you could work in academia, you could also be, as I said, in a non-profit, probably giving some technical expertise based on your field. So when you're able to talk to mentors and look at other role models, you would likely identify people that have followed different paths on this career, and it helps you on time to quickly know what would suit you. So most times, what most people know about medical scientists are just people in the lab, but there are a lot of other areas and options under the same course. So ask these questions to the mentors: what are all the possible things I could do with this? And then look at every possible scenario and see if it suits what your values are.
Yeah, absolutely. So finally, on choosing a career, I want to implore you: don't be afraid of change. Majority of people that are successful today in their career have had reasons to change career a couple of times. And I think I even read in a particular statistics that people change career almost 7 times, in their lifetime before, they're able to get an inch on the career that eventually suits them and they're successful at. So don't be afraid of change. If you have chosen a career that you feel does not really resonate with your passion or your goal or your strength, it's not too late to pivot. Move to another career that you feel great about. And so we'll still do another video to break it down in details, the steps you need to take when you want to change your career, when you want to pivot, whatever you want to do, in order to progress in your new career option. We'll do another video to address that. But most importantly, for this session, it is very important for you not to box yourself. So now that you have chosen your career, you have decided on the career path you want to follow, it is important that we talk about how to build a successful career. And in building a successful career, one important point that you need to put first: set clear goals by asking yourself, where do I see myself, or where do you see yourself in the next 1, 5, or 10 years? After you've been able to answer this question, you then need to proceed and break these goals into actionable tasks, actionable steps that will enable you to achieve what you have perceived in your mind where you have perceived to see yourself in the next couple of years. Now, for example, if you want to become a software engineer, you possibly will have when breaking down your task, you possibly will have, okay, maybe you need to do courses in programming language, or you need to do internship, or or build small projects, or be in a community of software engineers where you can tinker on different kind of ideas together on how to build different applications or different projects or different solutions. So all of these are very important in driving your goals to a logical conclusion.
Yeah, I think that is very excellent point. I would just give another example. For instance, say you want to become a professor, you want to go into academia, then you would know that definitely a PhD has to be a path for you. So you'd know, okay, in the next couple of years, I should be doing my PhD. And you begin to research from when you're entering into the market. How do I get to that point? So it's important that you know what leads to my career, and then set a goal of how to get there and where I see myself in the next couple of years. Another very important thing is that you need to invest in continuous learning. So the world is evolving. There is new knowledge every day. There is new knowledge everywhere.
Absolutely.
Like basically, there is almost no career path now that things have just remained the same in the last decade or not. Like things are changing. So you have to just look beyond what you have in your curriculum and what you have been taught in school years ago. You need to learn new things. And thankfully, there are a lot of free resources online. You have a lot of YouTube on so many different topics. So learn new things about your field, and that way you're going to, keep being relevant as you grow in your career. And then as you learn more, it's very important that you build strong networks. The world is it's a global village, and you need people, you need connections to be able to grow. You need connections to be able to reach your goals. So build strong networks, attend events that are important for your career, join professional organizations. If they're like people that you really need to connect to, they're probably in the same level with your higher level, connect with them on LinkedIn. Networking can open doors to a lot of opportunities. Okay, so a lot of times it's not just about what information that you have. If you're not able to share it with people who can help you take it to where it would have value.
That's it.
Understand? So it's a lot about the people that you know as much as it is about the things that you know. So build strong networks, very important.
I like to call it connect.
Yes, build connect, get connect. Yeah, because honestly, if we look at our careers, if we look at how far we've come, a lot of opportunities that we have gotten is because of the people that we know that have told us about, oh, this thing is happening, you can do this. I feel like you can. A lot of things that we really didn't think it's possible for us to actually achieve is because people that we have connected with feel like, I think you can do this, and or this is an information which I feel would be useful for you, and you're able to like tap into it and gain from it. So it's important that you connect with the right people.
With the right people, exactly. and there's this strategy that I had Vusi talking about. He talked about having a kind of a long list of what you want to achieve.
Okay.
And then have different connects, different people that you feel you need to interact with or connect with that will help to aid in the achieving of that goal. Say, for example, you choose a career in biomedical science, okay? And you have seen a number of successful people in biomedical science. You can have a list of maybe say 4 or 5, and connect with them. By so doing, you are learning something from them. You are building that relationship. When opportunity comes up, you are already registered in their subconscious, and they easily push it to you, and they serve as a ladder even for you to get to your next level. So that's also very, very important in career development and building your career. So the next important point is building personal brand. Now, in this digital age, internet has made everything very easy. Your online presence is no longer negotiable. It is very important in scaling a very excelling or successful career. So build your online brand, build your personal brand, ensure that you engage with people, push yourself out there, have a profile that speaks of who you are as a person, the kind of career that you are building, where you are in your career, and how you are making progress. All of these are very important. Don't just keep your progress to yourself. Tell your stories. And these are part of building a career. I mean, building a brand for yourself, even as you grow your career. So share your skills and projects. Platforms like LinkedIn, GitHub or YouTube or different other platforms, where you feel you can easily have a career influence. Another very important point is stay resilient and adaptable. Now, the world changes from time to time, new innovation, new technology, and that impacts on different career choices. When this change comes, don't box yourself into say, oh, how do I progress? Oh, if I'd known, I would not have chosen this career. Don't find yourself in that kind of situation. When such change comes, become resilient, become adaptable to these changes, because eventually they will come. And when they come, your ability to adapt, your ability to probably learn new skills, learn new techniques, do things different ways is what will allow you to be able to stay afloat even when the challenge may be overwhelming to some other people.
And this is very important. Adaptability is very key, because I remember when we were in school, final year undergraduate, I remember a lot of times where people would be like, "Oh, what jobs are we going to do when we go out? They are getting machines, and I remember some laboratories then that were so resistant. Government laboratories, they were so resistant to having automation, because a lot of people felt like, oh, it would make people not have jobs anymore, and then everything would be automated. But the thing is, there are a lot of options. A lot of options beyond just being in the lab. Okay, I think if I want to, well, I think I did a fair share of work in the lab, but I feel in the last couple of years, most of my career work has not like typically been in the laboratory. So there's a lot of options as changes are coming in. There are a lot of things that you can adapt. So be open, be flexible, but be resilient. Do not give up. Okay, in any field that you are, do not give up. Okay, so and there we have it. We've talked about how you can identify a career path. We've talked about how you can choose a career path for yourself. And I've also talked about how you can build, a sustainable and a fulfilling career when you have made that choice. Remember that your career is not a destination; it is a journey. So don't treat it like it's something that you need to get to immediately. It's going to take a large chunk of your life. So take your time. Make the right choices. Make mistakes if you need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, make mistakes if you need to. If you really have to, try to avoid them. But if they are not avoidable, make the mistakes, learn from it. You understand? Explore different options as much as you're able to. And the important thing is to work to find something that aligns perfectly with your life. And I think that it's your career grows faster and becomes more enjoyable when it aligns with your values. When it aligns with your passions, when it aligns with your strengths.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you find this video, very interesting, don't be selfish about it. Okay. So please share with someone who you think needs this advice. This information. This information. These are life, journey. These are career journey. That will influence the life of other people. So please share with them, and please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, please subscribe.
We want more people to see this. We want more people to engage with it. We want more people to see the level of impact we are, trying to make in the life of professionals. In order for them to have a fulfilling career. So thanks for watching once again. Till we talk to you again on another exciting career topic. Please stay curious, stay winning, and don't ever give up.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye for now.